We got a cool comment. Sean from the UK said, "I would like to suggest a topic of conversation." Absolutely not. But then we read the rest of this sentence. What does the future hold for local multiplayer? And I said, okay, maybe we should talk about that.
Yeah, that's good. Sean.
So yeah, that's a big thing. We kind of saw this like in the AAA space. There's been kind of a decline in local multiplayer. Yeah. Like Halo shipped without split screen, which was
first Halo game that I will ever not play.
Blasphemy.
Is Halo 5 because that game is a co-op split screen game to me. Some of like the best co-op experiences I've had have been powering through the Halo games. Even did it with the Master Chief Collection. So it's like the fact that doesn't have split screen is just like an outrage.
It sucks, especially because now we're finally.
I wish Dead Space 3 had
finally at a spot where like people have TVs big enough that is something you could do.
Yeah.
But the fact that we're playing GoldenEye like with 4 players on like that's like playing on a postcard.
Yeah.
And you're sitting in this crappy CRT TVs. Like we're going into the age of like 4K TVs when theoretically that's just you could actually do that cardboard tape thing to not screen sheet and it would work.
Little known fact. The reason why Marty's glasses are so thick is because of all the hours spent in GoldenEye multiplayer.
That's true. Yeah, I killed a man in the facility.
You actually, your glasses are also sort of vaguely tinted.
You spent that long playing GoldenEye and you only killed one man in the facility.
Yeah, but he was a real man.
He was a real man. And it was
his blood's on my hand.
And it was a real facility.
So anyway.
That seems unrelated. Also, you should leave.
I think that we are sort of in this awesome age of a renaissance of local multiplayer making a huge comeback. There are some fantastic like local multiplayer games out there that are just weird little indies, and they're made for like Screen Sheet is one of them. That is a game entirely based on looking at your friends' screens. That's one that we put on pretty much every party we have is Nidhogg, which is a jousting game. If you've never played this, just take the plunge, throw the $15 at or $10 or whatever, and it's the most weird minimalistic fencing game. I hope to God that they someday add more stuff to it, but it's got like 4 maps.
Just needs more maps.
Yeah, but there's also like there's weird modifiers. Like you can put on like frog mode where you basically hop around like a weird little baby on the ground, or like you've got rainbow blood trails, so your screen just looks like an acid trip by the end of it.
It's also like most recently like Broforce is really good.
Broforce is fun.
I mean,
Towerfall.
That's called Towerfall is killer.
Did you guys play Runbow?
No.
Runbow's super fun.
Runbow's really cool. Runbow is like a weird endless runner mixed with Smash Brothers kind of thing. Like you played on, is it on Wii U?
Yeah.
I think. And
I think we played 8 players, right?
Yeah, and you can play up to 8 players, and one person controls the color of the background, and whenever they select a color, all the platforms in that color disappear, so you can make people plummet to their death by selecting the color that they're about to jump to. Like,
I mean,
really
the
neat.
Wii U is still definitely supporting that, but unfortunately
we're not supporting it on this podcast, though.
Nobody is.
Yeah.
Is the problem.
Yeah,
so
you stop talking about that Grandpa Box this instance.
I went from like how great Halo is to the Wii U, and it's like, well...
Beyond.
But no, like there is some stuff that I just feel like it's worth bringing up and recommending it. Like Duck Game is coming to PS4 soon.
Yes, I'm so stoked for that game.
About a duck.
It's so much fun. So
Didn't that start on Ouya? No, that's the tagline. It's a game about ducks or something like that.
You're just being sarcastic.
Well,
like, Duck Game, the video game about
wasn't that like an Ouya exclusive?
I think it was, and then it was on PC, and then it was on Xbox One. It's finally coming to PS4, and I'm like, I will be absolutely buying a 4th controller for this for dumb parties because it's like, it's so much fun. It reminds me of a cross between if you took like Worms World Party or Armageddon or whatever and coupled it with Smash Bros, but didn't balance it because you didn't feel like it, and the level design was basically intentionally cruel and ironic.
Yeah, you can pick up some awesome weapons too. Just so many ridiculous off the wall weapons.
Yeah, like there's one where it's
and you have to play as cute ducks. So that's cool.
That's
there's one like map where I think you start off and it's like there's different types of like destructible environments and stuff. So like you shoot a hole in the wall and your friend flies through it or whatever. There's one where I think there's only one weapon on the entire map and it's a grenade, but like the entire level is made out of like exploding barrels. So the only way I think you can like only win by basically blowing up everyone else, and it's like the match is over in like 13 seconds or something.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, okay, so like there's a level of chaos to it, which is just
that's awesome.
Super duper fun.
But in terms of like AAA, when not really getting a whole lot of it, the most multiplayer games I played this year would be Rainbow Six Siege. I play that fairly often.
But that's not like local.
That's not
exactly.
local,
That's the point. Is like that's the angle people are going for, and I don't like it. I just really like playing split screen co-op.
Yeah, I like. Did you guys play Monaco? Came out like a year or two ago.
That was pretty cool.
It was a 4-person. It's a heist game.
Yeah.
And you each have a role, and it's just like really top-down, minimalistic heist game.
I had so much fun playing Rainbow Six Vegas.
Yeah.
Split screen.
God, Vegas was amazing.
Vegas,
you'd choose which entry point, and you'd both breach from different doors, and like just organizing that in this.
Go on. I'm sorry.
Organizing that from the same room, like when you're there together trying to figure that stuff out, is super fun, and I really miss that stuff.
Why do we think that the charge on this local co-op is being led by indie developers? How come this isn't showing up more in AAA games?
Because it's too expensive to make AAA stuff at this point. And I think that the demand for like AAA multiplayer is primarily going to be like, it's going to be online anyway. Like people are going to play.
I wonder if it's just they want more people to play online because then they have advertising.
You're selling more copies of the game too.
Yeah, selling more copies of the game. I mean, I always had a theory that that's why EA was doing it.
Yeah, I mean, traditionally, local multiplayer hasn't been AAA. I don't know, like if you're thinking back to, I mean, yeah, there's stuff like GoldenEye and Halo and stuff, but I don't know, like
back then games only went to AA.
I mean, but when I think of PS1 and PS2, I don't think of multiplayer with the two ports and everything, and like I don't think of multiplayer when I think of those consoles, as opposed to N64 and GameCube, which were totally multiplayer. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I guess like local co-op was. I feel like it was almost a side effect. I mean, you know, going back, there's plenty of exceptions to this, but I feel like it was something that became more popular, kind of when it was an offline version of an online mode. You know. Like it, I mean, the fact that you have like Call of Duty local co-op, or you know, Gears is local co-op.
Yeah, Gears 4 does, which
too.
was a big announcement.
Yeah.
So you're gonna play that game now.
I don't know.
I
anyway,
absolutely am.
But yeah, like I'm a big fan of like the weird party game stuff, because I typically don't really play like co-op when it's just me and one other person or whatever, just hanging out. Like I really love like when there's an actual like social element to just like gathering around a TV and just, you know.
Yeah, and
I even like playing single player games in a co-op way. Like having two people play a story-based game and just swap the controller. It's something that I really enjoy doing.
I would rather do that than play local co-op any day. Like
really?
Totally.
I mean, we're seeing some of that stuff from PSVR, interestingly enough.
Yep. Yeah, that's true.
Like there's in what's it called, virtual worlds or PlayStation Worlds?
Yes.
VR Worlds. There was that game I think a bunch of us have played where one person's wearing the headset and they're like a kaiju, and the other people are playing on the screen as these little things trying to like avoid them.
Escape it.
Yeah. And so that's an interesting form of, we've talked about VR for hours on this show, but
Max and I played Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes.
Oh god, that's so much fun.
Which is great co-op, but it's
pretty sure that's coming to PlayStation.
I don't know if they've announced that, but I would guess that it is.
PSVR.
But yeah, like that game, if you've never heard of it or checked it out, it's one person is in VR and the other people cannot see what they're looking at. The person in VR is supposed to be disarming a bomb, and it's a bunch of like random like nonsense buttons and wires and stuff. And so you're being like,
everyone else has this like 10-page bomb
like
manual.
A physical actual manual, and it's
you have
all
to read
like
through, and you're like, what are you looking at? What does it look like?
There's an awesome video of Max and Brian playing this at GDC last year, 2015.
Yeah.
And that was, I think, the first time that we saw it, and it's just one of those things that's like, it's such a different idea for a VR experience.
What if the person with the headset was watching a Frasier rerun, though?
That'd be pretty weird.
People were trying to tell him to disarm the bomb, and you're watching Niles drink a Pinot Noir.
That'd be really bizarre.
Yeah, that'd be a good prank to pull on your friends.
That's very.
If you'd like to tell Marty about how much more you want us to make
prank.
Frasier jokes on this podcast,
it wasn't a joke.
You hit it up on beyond@ign.com.
The dog's name was Eddie.